Assalamu alaikum. How are you all? So, every time I'm talking about the on legal matters, but right now I'll talk about the environmental measure and environmental mechanism. But environmental mechanism is literally important in our common criteria and common lifestyle. But we have missed the chance to talk about the environmental issues because there are no types of single implementation of the environmental issues in Bangladesh. So before that, I have to mention what is the importance of the environment in our every daily life practice. We need a very sound environment. Without a sound environment, without a sound policy, we can't make a proper development over the environment. Whenever we are not able to make a proper development over the environment issues and environment crisis, the question may arise how we will make the basic sustainable development of the environmental issues in the present form. So, what do you mean by the sustainable development? Sustainable development means the development will reconnect the present generation as well as it will reconnect the future generation. For example, you are enjoying the nature, you are taking the advantage of the natural elements, natural resources, and the natural clarification. So this is the time of 21st century. So during the time of 22nd century or 23rd century, whenever your next generation, third generation, fourth generation, whenever they will enjoy the nature, they will not get the proper environmental mechanism if you are not able to make a basic development over the nature. So it's your real responsibility to make a basic development over the environmental issues and the environmental crisis. This is called the sustainable development. So why sustainable development concept is literally important for the environmental issues? The first relation is that this is the ecocentric approach. Ecocentric approach means this is some kind of approach of the environment, whether the elements of the environment has a right over the people, over the humankind, over the human analysis. But with the common people, we are not recognized the environmental pollution, even the environmental development in our present lifestyle. So ecocentric approach is one of the finest environmental approach which is developed by 18th century after the commencement of industrial development in the universe. So this is literally important. The second reason is that economic benefit. Whenever you would like to get the economic benefit, then you have some responsibilities. You have responsibilities on the trees, not to make any kind of deforestation. You have the responsibility to reduce the environmental calamities and the environmental problem from the present lifestyle and the present general ideology. In the previous time, we are more concerned about the environmental issues and the environmental clarification. So during the time of 1992, the world leaders, they have emphasized a very good ideology. The ideology's name is Rio Declaration 1992, and it is said that Rio Declaration is the plan of sustainable development. It totally reflects the ways forward come out and the result of the sustainable development. In the next year 1993 or in the mid of 1992, there was established another convention. The convention name is Agenda 21, and it is said that Agenda 21 is the blueprint of the sustainable development concept and the conceptual analysis. So from 1992 to 2026, it was a huge amount of number, but the people of Bangladesh, the government of Bangladesh, even the common people of Bangladesh has no idea how they will implement the concept of the Rio Declaration. One of the basic principle of the Rio Declaration is that precautionary principle or the public participation. So I have no time, but because I have to go a function. But before that, I would like to skip the video. So, what do you mean by the public participation? Public participation means if you would like to make any kind of development over the environmental genesis and the environmental development discourse, definitely you have to include the common people. Whenever you will include the common people, whenever you will include the common ordinary people, they will contribute over the environmental issues or the environmental analysis. For example, Bangladesh have made the metro rail or the Podda multipurpose bridge. So in this mega development, the government has a duty to take the help of the common people by establishing the public participation development goals related to the environmental issues and the environmental mechanism. But is it possible for the government to include the development procedural goal of public participation or the polluter pays means in the development discourse of 2026. This is my biggest question to the environmental stakeholders, environmental legislature, and the environmental teacher also. Even I have the opportunity to pursue a course of environmental law in LLB program, but I think that Bangladesh government has failed to implement and generalize the environmental law. As Honorable legal philosopher Sir Salmon On said that international law is the vanishing point of the jurisprudence. So there are hundreds of documents, hundreds of avenues, hundreds of laws, but no laws has single implementation in removing the calamities related to the environmental issues and the environmental supplement. So this is the on kind of biggest dilemma implementing the environmental related laws in Bangladesh. Assalamu alaikum.